Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to do question number 16 of your textbook. Here, question is given, from the following instruction, write journal entry in the books of Shri Dinesh Bhai of Dahod. The following GST rates are applicable to business transactions of Shri Dinesh Bhai. GST is not included for following transactions. Add applicable amount of GST and write journal entries. Here GST rates are given in the box. As you can see, CGST on goods is 6%. Here it is. And on service it is 2.5%. Here you can see that. Then SGST on goods is 6% and on service it is 2.5%. IGST is 12% on goods and 5% on services. So let us see transaction number first. Here, on date April 1, goods of rupees 50,000 purchased at 10% trade discount from Suresh Bhai of Surendranagar. The payment is made by check. Here you can see that here this is the case of intra-state transaction, as both Surendranagar and Dahod are in Gujarat. So this is intra-state transaction, that both supplier and purchaser are from the same city, same state. So here CGST and SGST both will be applicable. So let us see here journal entry. Here first, purchase account will be debited as per the rule of real account, that is 45,000. 50,000 minus 10% rate discount, that comes to 45,000. And input central GST account and input state GST account will be debited with the amount 2,700, as it is given in the question that CGST and SGST rates are 6%. So here we need to insert input before CGST and SGST, as this is the case of purchase. So if we purchase any goods, so here we need to insert input before the word CGST and SGST. So here input central GST account will be debited by rupees 2,700 and input SGST account will be debited by rupees 2,700, and bank account will be credited by rupees 50,400. Including CGST and SGST, we made payment by check and we gave rupees 50,400. Now let us see next transaction. Here next date is 4th date. Goods of rupees 40,000 purchased at 10% cash discount from Vishnu Bhai of Varanasi, UP. Now here you can see that this is the case of interstate transaction, that is, as we know that Varanasi is in UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, and Dahod is in Gujarat. So here location of supplier and purchaser are both in different state. So here IGST rate will be applicable. So let us see transaction. Let us see here journal entry. Here purchase account will be debited by rupees 40,000 and here IGST will be applicable, as this is a case of interstate transaction. So IGST rate is given in the question, that is 12%. So 12% of 40,000, that comes to 4,800. So input integrated GST account will be debited by rupees 4,800. And Vishnu Bhai is our supplier, so his account will be credited by rupees 44,800. Here Vishnu Bhai is the creditor, so his account will be credited by rupees 44,800. Here input, whether it is input CGST or SGST or input IGST, these will be debited as these are prepaid tax. So it is an asset for the business. So it will be debited. This is current asset. So it will be debited. Now next. Now let us see next transaction. Date 7th. Goods of rupees 60,000 sold at 10% trade discount to Himanshu Bhai, Himmatnagar. So here, as we know that this is credit transaction, and here Himanshu Bhai's account, that is personal account, is definitely going to be affected. So, and here this is a transaction with Himanshu Bhai, who is in Himmatnagar, and Himmatnagar and Dahod both are in Gujarat state. So this is the case of intra-state supply. So here both CGST and SGST will be applicable. Let us see. Here, as we are selling goods, so here sales account will be credited by rupees 54,000, that is 60,000 minus 10% trade discount, that comes to 54,000. And as this is a case of sale, so here as we are selling goods, so when we sell goods, so here we need to insert the word output before CGST or SGST. So here output CGST account will be credited by rupees 3,240 and output SGST account will be credited by rupees 3,240. Here this time output CGST and SGST will be credited because this is the liability for the business, as here our business is liable to pay this much amount to government. So here this is the liability for the business. So here output CGST and output SGST will be credited. And here Himanshu Bhai is Himanshu Bhai is our debtor for the business, and we will receive 60,480 from him on later date. So here Himanshu Bhai's account will be debited as per the rule of personal account. He is the receiver of the benefit. Now let us see next transaction. Yes, date 11th. Goods of rupees 50,000 sold at 10% trade discount to Shashikant of Simla, that is in Himachal Pradesh, and payment received through check. This is cash transaction, and as we have received payment through check, so here bank account is definitely going to be affected, and this is a case of interstate transaction, as Simla, that is it is in Himachal Pradesh, and Dahod, which is in Gujarat. So here this is the case of interstate transaction, both are different states. So here IGST will be applicable. So let us see a journal entry. Here it is. Here sales account will be credited by rupees 45,000, that is 50,000 minus 10% trade discount, that comes to 45,000, and output IGST account will be credited. This is a liability. So here rate is 12% IGST. So 12% of 45,000, that comes to 5,400. So 45,000 plus 5,400, that means 50,400 we received through check. So here bank account will be debited. Now let us see the next transaction. Here it is, date 15th. 1/4 goods returned to Vishnu Bhai and proportionate GST is adjusted. So as we can see that on date 4th, we purchased goods from Vishnu Bhai. We purchased goods of rupees 40,000 from Vishnu Bhai, and now we are returning 1/4 of the goods. So let us see journal entry for this. Here is the journal entry. Here Vishnu Bhai's account will be debited by rupees 11,200, and here purchase return account will be credited as per the rule of real account. Here goods are going out from the business as a result of purchase return. So only 1/4 goods we are returning to Vishnu Bhai. We purchased from Vishnu Bhai on date 4th goods of rupees 40,000, and now we are returning 1/4 of 40,000, that comes to 10,000. So purchase return account will be credited by rupees 10,000, and input integrated GST account will be credited by rupees 1200, that is 1/4 of 4800. So here our entry would be Vishnu Bhai's account will be debited by rupees 11,200, and purchase return account will be credited by rupees 10,000, and input integrated GST account will be credited by rupees 1200. Now let us see next. Here is the next transaction, date 18th. 1/3 goods returned by Himanshu Bhai and proportionate GST is adjusted. So here on date 7th, we sold goods of rupees 60,000 to Himanshu Bhai, and now Himanshu Bhai is returning us 1/3 of goods. Here is the journal entry for this. On 7th, as we sold goods of rupees 54,000 to Himanshu Bhai, here it is, and now Himanshu Bhai is returning 1/3 of the goods, that is 18,000, that is 1/3 of 54,000, that comes to 18,000. So sales return account will be debited by rupees 18,000, and output central GST account will be debited, as here Himanshu Bhai is returning goods to us. So here now this time output central GST account will be debited to the extent of 1/3. So 1/3 of 3,240, that comes to 1,080. So output central GST account will be debited by rupees 1,080, and similarly output state GST account will be debited by rupees 1,080. So here Himanshu Bhai account will be credited by rupees 20,160, that is 18,000 plus 1,080 plus 1,080, that comes to 20,160. Now let us see next transaction. Here is the transaction, date 25th. A cupboard of rupees 20,000 purchased from Sajanand Furniture Mart of Ahmedabad. So here, as we are purchasing furniture, so here furniture account will be debited. So let us see entry for this. Here our entry would be a furniture account will be debited as per the rule of real account, that is debit what comes in. Here furniture is coming in the business, so here furniture account will be debited by rupees 20,000, and as this is the case of interest rate supply, so here input central GST and input state GST both will be applicable. So here 6% of 20,000, that comes to 1,200. So here input CGST account will be debited by rupees 1,200, and input state GST account will be debited by rupees 1,200. And as Sajanand Furniture Mart account is the supplier, he is the giver. So here Sajanand Furniture account will be credited as per the rule of personal account by rupees 22,400, including central GST and state GST. Now let us see next transaction. Here on date 28th, shop rent paid rupees 8,000. So here we are acquiring service, and CGST and SGST on service is 2.5%. So let us see entry for this. Here as shop rent is an expense for the business, so as per the rule of nominal account, shop rent account will be debited by rupees 8,000. Here it is, and input central GST account will be debited by rupees 200, that is 2.5% of 8,000, that comes to 200, and input state GST is also 2.5%, so 2.5% of 8,000, that comes to 200. And here cash account will be credited by rupees 8,400. We have paid total cash of rupees 8,400. So in this way we have to pass journal entry. So here with this we have done with this chapter. In the next session, we will be learning the new chapter, chapter number 5. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.